Hello there, and welcome to episode number 272 of Some Shit We Like. I'm Bryce, this is Mike, this is Rick. We're back after not being here last week because we decided to do other shit and we didn't tell you. Sorry about that. If we seem a little lethargic or frustrated today, A, it's because Rick's been up since 6:30. B, it's because there's been technical difficulties. And C, I don't fucking know. But we're here now, and maybe you're watching us on Twitch, and if you are, thank you for joining us, and yeah we appreciate that. You could find us at some point over the weekend. We will tweet at you. Sometimes I'll fucking tweet it an hour before it actually happens because, you know, why the fuck not? But really, that's because of technical difficulties. But thank you for finding us. You will always know when we go live. If you didn't watch us live, then you can catch us on someshitwelike.com on Tuesday, usually by 10 o'clock, if you want to just hear what the fuck we have to say. And if you'd like to watch this show not live, you can check it out on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Do you like to watch?
If you like to watch, you know, if you like to enable more of your senses, you can do that. And we'll put up clips on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. There's definitely, usually, most likely, 2 clips on Thursday, and then the whole fucking thing will be up and available for you on Friday. So yeah, that's the spiel. Here we are. Let's fucking do this.
That's why I hate when fucking shows have fake microphones on the desk, because you can't do funny
Stuff
jokes
like
lean in and actually have it make sense.
Yeah.
So I was a rant I was going on
just a
before
rant. We got it.
I
I feel like, yeah. I don't know why. See, I'm not even thinking straight anymore. Cheesy is here with us in the chat. You could join us. Or join Cheesy too on most weeks. He might be leaving us today, and that's not his fault. It's not really our fault either. Sometimes shit just fucking happens.
Yeah, I think Cheesy has like actual friends in real life.
So anyways, let's get into this shit.
Yeah.
Rick's frustrated and tired.
Yeah.
Mike is, I don't know.
I'm more frustrated because
I'm frustrated for Rick. Because when shit works 99 weeks out of 100, and like the 100th week, you just want it to work seamlessly, and it's like, nah, not today. No.
Yeah.
Cheesy says we're his friends. We appreciate that.
yeah.
You're a friend too, Cheesy. We like that.
That's my dude.
That's cool. I forgot about 13 Reasons Why. I'm the only one on the show that watches that, so I'll be watching that this week, I'm sure, at some point. Maybe. Man, I just saw Stay at Home. Oh, you did say that. You did say beat your meat. I saw Stay at Home, watch anime, play games, and beat. I'm like, oh man, beat what? And then I saw my meat. So don't you guys want to join Cheesy in the chat? Like, who's talking about such things like that? You guys can talk about beating your meat together.
Yeah.
You know, you guys. Anyone that isn't watching live, this is why you should watch live.
Yep.
Alright, so should we jump into the news?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Because we got some news to talk about.
Yeah.
And
Let's do it.
the news we are talking about today.
I will talk with you about that, Cheesy, when I get into the show. 13 Reasons Why. Yes, let's go, Rick.
Netflix is
Yeah.
in the news. And they are making a horror anthology series. Did I say that right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all going to be developed
And then
by Guillermo del Toro.
an anthology series about whores.
Yeah.
Bryce
And
is in
Guillermo
on
del
that.
Toro. Bryce is only in on that, apparently.
I didn't say only. I just
Okay.
said Bryce
Yeah.
is in on that.
You know.
It's the way you said yeah. But yeah, that's cool. Horror
like it.
anthologies. That's kind of like a thing going on right now.
Yeah, it definitely seems like it, because we missed last week, like we said, but last time we were with you, we talked about Castle Rock, which is from Stephen King and J.J. Abrams. Yeah, so.
And that kind of seems more like a psychological-ish, like paranormal thing a little bit, right?
Yeah,
it seems that way.
maybe. I think from...
Maybe paranormal?
Well,
we
I
don't really know?
I read more about it later.
Okay.
And like apparently it's the town that it's set in, I think, is like a prominent town or city in like a lot of Stephen King novels, or in a Stephen King novel.
Oh,
and so that's
okay.
where it's all taking place. In
Gotcha.
that. But we're talking about this.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's called 10 After Midnight, and it's going to feature the award-winning filmmaker, that's Guillermo del Toro,
Yeah.
presenting a collection of personally curated stories.
Shape of Water.
Each story is said to be horrific and sophisticated, whatever that means. So that's cool. So he's going to serve as the writer and executive producer, and he's going to direct a few episodes as well. Apparently he's going to also pick a handful of genre filmmaker and writers to work on the show. J. Miles Dale from The Shape of Water and Gary Unger will executive produce alongside Del Toro. A premiere date has yet to be set. And that's that. So Cool. I'm excited
Yeah.
for stuff like that
I like
because I think
Guillermo
it's
del
cool.
Toro.
I like him. The only horror anthology thing that I watch, I mean, it's funny, there's so many that are coming, but the one that I watch on a regular basis is American Horror Story. I've liked that
Yeah.
one from the start, and it's a really fucking cool show. So I'm excited for something else similar.
So this is the funny thing. Like I just said, yeah, I like Guillermo del Toro, but like, other than Hellboy, I've never seen anything he's done. But I like Guillermo del Toro, the
So-
artist, creator, personality.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's not that I don't want to give his stuff a shot. It's just that I just never
Seen
have.
Both of them? Both Hellboy?
Oh
one and
yeah,
two?
oh yeah.
okay.
Those movies are fucking dope.
Yeah, the movies are good. It sucks that we didn't get a third one, but
Yeah.
um,
Talk about almost pitch perfect comic book movies, man. Like
There's only one Hellboy in
nailed
my
it.
life, and you know where he's from.
Woo doo doo.
I haven't seen the movies.
Hellboy's both of those movies are really awesome,
Okay,
man.
cool.
But yeah, it's the only work of his I've actually seen, so I don't want like to misrepresent myself by saying, "Oh, I like Guillermo del Toro," and then be like, "Oh, but I've only seen these things." I've only seen those things, but like I said, I like him. I like the
Yeah.
things he says when he talks about his art and other people's art and movies and video games and just any artistic endeavor in general. Just his outlook on it is
It's
always
imagination.
positive, and it is always met with some kind of imagination. Like I bet Guillermo del Toro was the kid in his life that in a group of friends or whatever that always said, "Oh, what if?
what if we do this?
What
we
if?
do
What
that?"
if?" And like that's the coolest kid to be around because you're never gonna be bored.
That was me. No, just
Thanks for the host,
It's
Cheesy.
funny.
Yeah, his I think I've seen pretty much most of his movies.
Yeah.
I don't want to say all because I'm probably missing one or two.
Mm-hmm.
But like I saw Pan's Labyrinth, which is the first one that I saw
Seen it.
of his. Then I saw the Hellboy movies. There's another one he made after, or in between the Hellboy movies. Fuck, what was it called?
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't
I don't
remember.
know his work.
But The Shape of Water, I mean, that's the most recent one, which is fucking phenomenal, and I highly recommend people
Yeah,
go see it.
I need to see that still. I'd really like to.
Same here.
So yeah,
Pacific Rim? Oh, Crimson Peak.
Crimson Peak, yeah,
Did you say?
that was the
And
other
then
one.
Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim, I haven't seen that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot about that one.
God, I've seen more of his shit than I realized then.
It's like the Allman Brothers. Like you don't realize how
Yeah.
many songs by the Allman Brothers you know until you're like, "Oh shit, yeah, I know that song."
I forgot about this too. Have you ever seen The Book of Life?
Yeah.
What is this?
Did he do? Did he directed that?
I don't know
Or
if
did
he
he
directed or
produce?
if he just had something. Yeah, I just did his name in movies. I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah, his imagination is like beyond like anything, most people have seen. Like he's creative. He's one of the creative types, and I'm always interested to see his like drawings or like his artist stuff. Like I want like because yes, I'm a film geek. I go out and I check like the featurettes of like how they made the monsters or the concept
Yeah.
art of the monsters, and it's fucking insane.
You are
Um,
interested in that. I noticed you looked that shit up a lot
I
after
do.
some of the stuff we've seen.
Yeah.
Fucking nerd.
You know, we always talk shit about Dan Herman and his childlike wonder for things. I feel like Guillermo del Toro has that same kind of vibe about him,
Totally.
but it's more like a how about and what if
Mhm.
and let's try rather than I like it.
Yeah.
You know?
I think he said that in his Oscar speech where like these are the friends he had growing up or the monsters he created,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully Netflix doesn't cancel it. But yeah, I'm
I mean,
excited for it.
We're safe. I don't think Rick's the bad luck charm. I think we're safe because something else got picked up.
Well, I mean,
for-
how are you going to cancel something from like
That's true.
an award-winning director?
So far, yeah.
I mean, he's. I guess he's 1 for 2 right now since that happened.
We're joking because you
You
binged
watched
Everything Sucks
and it got
canceled.
canceled.
You binged Cobra Kai and it's back for more,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
different platforms.
Yeah,
Though, so. Maybe he's
Funny.
0 for 1 on Netflix and he's 1 for 1 on YouTube.
There
I'm
you
still
go.
waiting
Oh,
for.
okay.
I mean, they said they were getting a second season of Atypical, but I haven't heard anything about it since. So maybe that's
Well,
not
I mean,
too
if
bad.
that's official, like I don't know why. I don't know.
Probably filming it now. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I know you're excited for it too.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
Totally.
and I like I said, I like Guillermo del Toro. So anything he does, whether I watch it or not, I'm always gonna be behind, just
He
because.
oh yeah, sorry.
That's fine.
No, keep going.
That was it. No, that was it.
That
Just
was it?
because, yeah.
Just because. I see. I was like,
Yeah.
he's gonna still go. I thought I had the moment, but I
No.
didn't. The other thing, while we're on Netflix, just for a second, the other
Sure.
thing that you need to finish is Dark, man.
Yeah, and then you finish.
It's got nothing to do with Guillermo del Toro, but that's just, there's a show on Dark. It's fucking all in German, but it's so fucking good, and that is getting a season 2, and that's one of my favorite things on fucking everything, period, right now.
Wow.
It's really fucking good, and it's all in German. So yeah,
Nice.
it's
Right,
good.
If I wanted to read, I'd go to school. Nerd.
Yeah, you know, Mike's on here talking about I've just read this book and I'm reading this with my son. But yeah, no, it's funny. I didn't think
shit's getting thick in Goblet of Fire. Just saying.
I'm the nerd. No, I'm just kidding. But I didn't think I would be. Not that I couldn't be that person, but like it's cool that I can get so engaged in something that's happening where I do have to read it the whole time, you know, because like, you know, when I'm a little kid, I'm like, I don't fucking want to do that. But that's the other cool thing about Dark, not to make this about Dark, is that tells such a story, sometimes without saying anything. Like, everything about that show, the vibe of it. But yeah, Guillermo del Toro. What was it called again? 10 minutes to midnight or something?
10 to midnight.
10 past midnight.
10 past midnight.
10 after midnight.
10 after midnight. We were all wrong. None of us said 6 to midnight though, so
Excuse me.
whatever. Maybe that should be the porno version, you know. Why has no one? Has someone I'm sure has. But there should be a regular fucking porn series called 6 to midnight. I mean, it's speaking the truth. Let's make it happen. Don't steal our ideas. Next story.
Patent pending. Patent pending.
Next story. So this is not really I guess you say semi-entertainment stuff, or it's in the Netflix genre-ish.
Yeah.
But YouTube
It goes
Red.
under the some shit we like fucking
There you go,
category.
yeah.
Yeah, YouTube Premium.
Man,
YouTube
you're just
Premium.
cutting me off, man. I
God.
didn't let me get into it. So first, YouTube Red
Yeah.
is no longer alive.
Right.
It is dead.
Well, it still is.
In a way.
Yeah.
In a way. Let me get to that point. In a way. I am the only one who has YouTube Red here. But it's changed. So a lot of people listen to music on YouTube, apparently. I had no idea.
That's a
Which is
big
weird.
thing. Yeah.
And,
Well, because isn't the benefit of YouTube Red is that you could like minimize
but no, I'm just
it.
saying before this.
Yeah.
Like before
Right,
this, like
right,
people would make playlists and just use it as like their Spotify.
Yeah.
You know,
I
before
get that.
even Spotify
Especially with
came
like
out.
fucking Chromecast too. You know what I mean?
Especially now with Chromecast,
Yeah.
yeah. So YouTube in the past kind of talked about having even like making them tiers. So
Mhm.
having like a music tier and like a premium tier, which is pretty much what they came up with this week. So it's no longer going to be called YouTube Red. It's going to be called. There's going to be 2 tiers: YouTube Music and then YouTube Premium. YouTube Music is pretty much what it sounds like. It's about music without the ads, downloadable. You know, you could listen to it pretty much just like what YouTube Red was. But
they
with
have
music.
a separate music app, right?
They do have a separate music app for it. You can turn on just the audio. You can actually turn on the video too if you want to switch through that. It's a pretty good app actually, and the mix is like it's pretty good at recognizing what you're listening to and what
Yeah.
you want to listen
Okay.
to. I've used it on occasions. So now, and then there's YouTube Premium, and YouTube Premium is pretty much what YouTube Red is plus the music streaming.
Right.
You know, no ads, you know, and all that stuff. And also the benefit of like,
things,
downloadable, all
all
that good
yeah,
stuff.
offline play.
And the benefit of that too is you're also, by being a premium member, you're also, any videos you watch from like your favorite creators, like they're getting a chunk of that.
Okay.
So, like let's say you watch, I don't know, Revive, you know, with the YouTube or YouTube Premium, they're gonna get that. They're gonna get a bigger chunk than they would from the ad revenue.
Okay.
So I don't know how much the exact math is because they like to keep all that shit secret. But I know John Green, or was it Hank Green? One of the Greens did a. I don't
Those
remember which
fucking
one.
greens. There's so many.
One of them did a whole like YouTube Red, like how much are these people really getting compared to just the ads? And he says it's a sizable amount compared to that. So you are helping out creators, whether big or small.
Oh, that kind of makes me want to, like that alone kind of makes me want to get in on that shit.
Yeah, and when we were still monetized, like you can see who had YouTube Red, like in the analytics, and you know we could see who was YouTube Red watching and who was regular watching, and you can see the difference, you know, in the amount of
Right.
money they get. Well, we didn't get shit because, you know, we're not that big, but for the most part. So yeah, so if you have YouTube Red now, you're keeping the $9.99 price.
Oh, really?
So
Your
I'm,
grandfathered in, yeah.
yeah, you're basically grandfathered in. So
man.
I'm kind of keeping it now.
Oh, man.
How long is that for, though? Like, do you think that's gonna last?
It says until notice otherwise.
They
Okay.
might do 18.
So-
I guarantee they do 18 months like Netflix had done with their
and then
price
they're gonna just
increases.
jack it up.
Yeah.
It's $11.99 for the YouTube Premium.
Okay.
It's $9.99 for just the Music Premium. And but yeah, like I mentioned already before, the YouTube Premium, you get more benefits because it's both audio and video.
Right. God, I wish there weren't like I know you and I are always talking about options, Bryce, and
Mhm.
Rick's on that same train
Oh,
with
for
us.
sure.
But I just wish there were less options when it comes to this shit. Because like I mean, it's cool that there's these services out there for people to use, but it's almost like Xbox versus PlayStation versus Nintendo. Like 90% of the fucking content is on everything.
Yeah.
But you're forced to get 1, 2, 3, or 4 or more of the others because they have something specific you want to watch.
Right.
And it's going to end up being like it was during like The Sopranos on HBO, where people will I'm just going to have HBO
Oh,
for this,
Yeah.
3 or 4 months or whatever, and then I'm canceling.
Yeah.
And even now with on demand, it's even and the way people binge watch television and any kind of content, it'll be one of those things where it's like, okay, I'm only gonna have this for 1 month because Cobra Kai season 2 is out now, and I'm gonna watch it all in one day and then fucking cancel, and they're
Mhm.
only gonna get me for $12. And I think they're gonna see a lot more of that. Because for a while with these services, it was like, I'll subscribe to Netflix. I don't really use it anymore, but it's such a hassle to cancel. I'm just going to fucking let that recurring charge happen. Just like
what happened with me
gym
and
memberships.
Hulu and
Hulu.
gym
Yeah.
memberships.
Like, well, I wasn't saying I'm just saying gym memberships back in the day were the loop.
Yeah.
Like, before computers,
Yeah.
gym memberships were that loop.
I see. I like how you
It's
cover
so
your bases
stupid.
there, though. You're just like,
Yeah.
I wasn't talking about Rick specifically
Right.
with the gym. I was talking
I
about gyms in
wasn't. I
general.
actually
Yeah,
really
yeah.
wasn't.
I know.
I wasn't. I swear.
Yeah.
But it's going to be one of those things now where people are going to be more conscious of where their money is going, because when you're putting out $100 a month for fucking, I don't know, Spotify, YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, fucking someone like us here, or that like video games, if you're still into GameFly, that's another like $17 a month just for one disc. Like, there's all these different services where people are really going to start to see, well, like, okay, God of War came out. I only need GameFly for this month because I'm just going to pay them $15. I'm going to play the fuck out of God of War. I'm going to send it back, make sure my queue's empty, cancel my membership. This new Hulu show is out, and it's all up there at once. I'm going to binge watch that and then cancel my membership, so I only have to pay the 1 month. So,
Free trials throw a wrench in that, too.
Yeah, they
Because
do.
the same deal, 30-day free trial. Oh, I've got 30 days to watch the show
anything
where
I
every
want.
episode is
Yeah.
up, done and done.
So
Yeah, I mean, you did that for Cobra Kai. Let's
Yeah,
be fucking
I
be
did.
honest.
I did it
I'm
for
like,
Cobra Kai.
yeah.
and I'll
Make
fucking
up a new email.
I'll
and
use
do
a
it again.
different email address
Yeah.
and a YouTube account, and I'll watch it there too
Yeah.
for the second season. But yeah, it's crazy that there's all these different options. I like that there's options, but I wish that there were less options.
Well,
you know?
to see, so that's what's funny about it. To your point, you got everyone talking about, oh, I cut the cable, but now
Yeah.
you're paying, like you said,
Yeah.
11 here, 17 here,
Strange
50
package
here.
deal.
I've got a
It's like
fucking cable bill
cable.
again.
Yeah.
I cut the cable, but I'm paying what I paid before. I'm thinking I'm saving money, but you're just making me spend it in smaller increments in different places, and
Yeah.
I'm doing the same shit all over
And
again.
I guess the only saving grace is that, I guess, with the Hulu, with that extra, $14 a month or whatever it is, you don't have to watch the ads.
Yeah.
YouTube
I got the $7.99
Premium
one.
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have ads. Like, you can be cheap and do like the Pandora free and hear all the ads, or you can do the $9.99 a month and have it for ad free. You know,
Yeah.
like,
Actually, I think it's cheaper than that.
is it cheaper than $9.99? Okay.
For Pandora. Yeah.
For Pandora, yeah. Okay, I thought everything was $9.99 now. Everything is fucking $9.99
Could be wrong.
and up.
but I'm pretty sure.
But yeah, I don't know, man. It's fucking hard to decide what to go with.
Yeah.
A good idea. I know we're kind of going off totally different sidetrack on this, but another good idea to do is something that I heard from Cord Killers, where what they did, like they talked about that. Everyone has this. They got so many things. So what they did was like, here's a challenge for you: cancel everything, right?
Yeah.
and then when you realize like, oh, you know what, I want to watch this, go ahead and re-up and get that, you know.
That's a good.
And see how it plays out. And if you continue that, you're not spending your money on this until you realize, oh, you know, Runaways is back on Hulu. Let me get Hulu.
Yeah.
You know, and it kind of measures how much you consume and how much you want to spend, which I think that was a good idea, and which is something I kind of want to do, but I haven't pulled the trigger yet.
Yeah. I just kind of, just a slight inconvenience though.
It is, but it just kind of makes you realize what you really watch. Like, do you really watch this much Netflix? Do you really watch this much Hulu?
I think you just have to be more discerning in your choices. Like, so, I mean, I pay for Netflix, I pay for WWE Network, and then we have a Spotify family account, which I think you could have like 4 to 5 people for $14 a month, which, you know, if you end up splitting that, like, that's fucking nothing. YouTube Red, like, I'm not going to spend any money on YouTube Red until they give me a reason to spend money on it. And so far, what they're offering doesn't make me want to spend money on it, because for me, what's going to make me want to spend money is probably going to be when there's a show that speaks to me, like how you guys, Cobra Kai, spoke to you. Mm-hmm. That hasn't happened yet. And, like, I don't care enough about the ads, and I have Chromecast to where, like, I could just fucking set up a queue on my Chromecast and have that run on my TV to where I don't care.
Doesn't play ads?
It does.
No, I'm not talking about the ads. I'm just saying I could have it. I could have a... You know what? Honestly, though, no joke, I cannot remember the last time I've had an ad when I've had a queue set up on my Chromecast. I'm being completely honest. I will do research this week.
Every video.
I have not. I don't know how or why or what, but I have not. Maybe it has to do with the ad blocker I'm running. I don't fucking know. But I'm doing it through my phone. Yeah, so if I do it through my phone, like I'm not getting ads. If anything, I can't. I'll really watch this week, so it doesn't seem like I'm speaking out of my fucking asshole. But I don't know why I went so dirty with that. But yeah, like you just have like Netflix. I do watch and use enough to where I just want to keep. I want to keep that. You know, like what?
I forgot to hit record. Go on.
WWE Network, like, yeah, obviously, that goes without saying. But YouTube Red, you know what I mean? Like, I understand. I just think there are so many options, but I think you just have to pick and choose. Like, Hulu, there's one thing currently that I watch on it. So, yeah, I'm a dickhole, and I find other ways to watch. I get around it, you know? Like, sue me. Come on. Yeah, do it. Go.
You heard him.
Yeah.
Not me. I don't watch any Hulu.
Yeah. Actually,
I paid for Hulu.
Yeah. I paid for Hulu for about 6 months when NXT was still only on Hulu back in the day, and that was it.
I'm lying to an extent because I've watched Hulu on Rick's paid account before while always being with Rick. So it's not... That's just what we'll say. But yeah, I just think you have to be more discerning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for me personally, I know for you it's different, and I understand, like, I get the whole supporting the... I don't know. I don't want to go down that path. Like, I get supporting the whole creator, blah, blah, blah stuff. But for me, I'm not in a situation where I feel like I want to spend money on YouTube yet.
Well, that's kind of where Patreon comes along, too, where you can help creators that way as well.
Right.
And, sorry, I'm just going to say this one more thing. Kind of gloss over it, is that YouTube also added a, like, subscription-based thing, kind of like Twitch. So you could... I think it's still for a few people. I don't know if it's for everyone. But you can now subscribe for like $4.99 to a channel, and they get that.
Oh, okay.
Know? So, well, I don't know if they get all of it, but I'm sure
they
you
get
can take
some of that
chunk. But they do get a bigger chunk even if you subscribe to that person, and then you get like special perks, kind of like with Twitch.
Right.
But this is just for like normal, regular YouTubers.
You know what it is? I just realized the last ads that I can remember getting when watching on Chromecast have been all mid-video, and that doesn't happen very often. But I can't remember the last time I've had one before. But I do. I watch
mid-rolls.
Yeah, I've gotten them in the middle.
Those are the ones that I don't mind the ones between videos. I hate mid-rolls.
YouTubers put mid-rolls.
Yeah.
I think that's just being a dick. I'm sorry, but you're being a fucking dick if you put a mid-roll in your fucking video.
Yeah.
Unless you time it out perfectly, like now you have a commercial. I'm less pissed. But if you do a fucking mid-roll, sorry, this is a whole nother tangent.
The one that I was watching, it was really
pisses me off.
It was jarring. So yeah, I shouldn't say I don't get any, but that's I'll have to look to see if I get them before. I can't remember.
There's the people with like 15-minute videos that have 6 fucking ads in them. Like no thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah.
I'll go back to watching this the way I watch it, where there's no ads. I'll watch it on a smaller screen because I have no ads there.
I hate when fuckers do that.
So anyways, YouTube Premium.
So yeah, anyways.
Yeah.
Seems cool. That's the thing.
It's more expensive than it was before, so I mean, whatever.
Not for me.
Well, for now.
for now.
Yeah.
But yeah, once it hits the $11.99, I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
And
it's,
I'm sure there'll be other ways to support creators you like, anyways.
Yeah.
With Patreon and other stuff.
I get that they're saying, oh, well, we're upping the price because of YouTube Music, you know, but I still think it's a little bit ballsy because so far YouTube Red has been, in my opinion, a complete flop.
Cobra Kai is their only hit.
It's been a complete and utter flop. So it's just like, it's kind of ballsy to come out and be like, oh, so now we're going to call it this and we're going to make you pay more money unless you were already
I
supporting
think
it.
that's the shit that's garbage. It feels like throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, all right, people aren't watching our original content,
Yep.
so let's throw music in there.
Yeah, and you know what else they did too? They got celebrities like Kevin Hart, Will Smith, and I don't know who the fuck else, but they got bigger celebrities that they're coming out with their own YouTube Red series of I don't know what
Because
they are,
they're trying to be
because they're
Hulu or
trying to
Netflix.
they're trying to pull everyone that out of those 4 celebrities, only one of them is a YouTuber, and it's like giving the finger to the people who created your fucking platform. Sorry, that kind of irks me, but.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, let's remember what YouTube was at the beginning. It was just like a place where there was random videos and stuff. You know what I mean? Like that you could look up and see. I don't know that I want to say that the people that make vlogs made YouTube, but they turned it into something else. And they've turned it into something else that I don't know that I really care for.
Yeah.
Sorry. I know, maybe I said something that like you don't totally agree
no.
with, but it's just like, I don't know.
It just makes me mad how YouTube is kind of does this to
It's with anything that gets like huge or mainstream or whatever. Like, look what happened to Twitter. Twitter is nothing but fucking ads now from celebrities.
Oh, I don't
Like,
even use.
Yeah, I don't even
Twitter
look
app.
at Twitter anymore. I don't even look at Twitter anymore
Welcome,
because
Nano.
it's fucking obnoxious.
It's really funny. That's the thing I use the most. Like, I'm not on it, but I use it the most in the sense of, like, for sports. Like, I feel like I still get... For you guys, it's probably Facebook. For me, that's not on that stuff. I feel like I get news first on Twitter. Like, if I want to know something, it's like, well, I don't want to wait for this person to write their story for whatever publication they work for. So let me see what they're tweeting about. Like, let me hear about this person's injury or this, that, or the other thing. So that's what I've used Twitter for. And that's just a matter of like, oh, I know about this writer. Let me go to their Twitter page. Okay, boom. Found it.
Yeah.
You know? But I get it. I hear what you mean. I'm certain it's changed and is very different. And someone that isn't a regular user of these things can see how it's changed
It's
and
obnoxious.
devolved into shit like that.
Yeah. Shall we move on?
Yeah, I say so.
Sure.
All right. Anyways, we're gonna watch. Let's watch the Bohemian Rhapsody trailer.
Okay.
So here we go.
So pumped for this movie.
Yeah, me too.
Let's go! Oh, baby. My body's a she's a killer queen. She's gotta get out. She's gotta get right.
So now what?
This is when the operatic section comes in.
Oh, the operatic section, yeah.
Mamma mia, mamma mia. Mamma mia, let me go. Beelzebub has a devil put aside for me. For me. For me.
It goes on forever, 6 bloody minutes.
Pity your wife if you think 6 minutes is forever.
Sing it.
I'm so hyped for
Dude.
that. I'm so hyped for that.
Yeah.
I love that band, just in general to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Then when they got stupid popular again in the 90s because of the Wayne's World stuff, I was like, fuck yeah, that's so cool. And then, I don't know, I feel like their music is pretty timeless. And it doesn't matter what era you listen to it in, you can appreciate it for what it is.
Yeah, for sure. It looks awesome. If any people watching this, I was fiddling around with my headset, but I literally just saw this trailer this morning. I wasn't getting a good sound, so I was watching, paying attention. It looks awesome. I mean, it looks what you would expect it to look like. You know what I mean? So it's not really a whole lot to say. It's fine. I adjusted the volume.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just low. But yeah, it looks really cool. The only thing I'll say, not about this, but what you said, their music is timeless. It does suck like fucking, sports. Sometimes tired, like Enter Sandman by Metallica. It's just like, I'm fucking tired of hearing that song. And just like We Will Rock You, it's just like, oh fuck. Like I remember like I used to go to Ducks games all the time and it was just like, alright, like okay, yeah, like the song.
I also kind of gave Queen an extra boost with the Mighty Ducks movies.
Yeah.
That's right.
But it sucks when something like, even no matter how hard you try to avoid it, gets played so much that it almost makes what you thought was cool fucking lame.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I hear you.
I agree with you on that. Like, there's this one song, it's Queen and David Bowie.
Under Pressure.
Under Pressure.
Yeah.
Like, that one, I was so sick of it, like, a few years ago, because, like, it was in every fucking movie. And it probably still is, to this day, in every fucking movie. And I haven't heard it in a long time. And it came on the radio when I was at work. I'm like, fuck, I forgot how fucking energized and good this song is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I love about Queen, is, like, their music is just good, lyrically and musically. Like I remember when I first heard them, when my dad would fix the car all the time in the garage and plays loud fucking music, and like I hear Queen, and it was all classic rock, and I hear Queen, and like that was the music that got me, into them.
Yeah, I remember I was like the only kid in, I was in 3rd grade or 4th grade that knew who Queen was when Wayne's World got super popular and all that. And I was like, man, I've been listening to these, I'm like 8, 9 years old. I've been listening to these guys forever.
My whole life.
Yeah, right? Yeah, that's what it was like, man. And yeah, I don't know. I'm super excited about this. I was having a discussion with a friend of mine the other day about how music that's 20 years old or more is just not getting talked about anymore. And like there are other bands that are getting credit for trailblazing or doing something new with music when they're just like straight up I won't say ripping off, but they were super inspired by older bands.
Super inspired enough to have lawsuits.
Yeah.
Like Blurred Lines, I think, had a lawsuit against it.
And like specifically the band I'm talking about is The Clash. And like a friend of mine posted something about The Clash and it's like, oh man, I haven't listened to The Clash in a while. I love The Clash. So I just kind of went through their catalog on Amazon Music and I was just listening to this. Man, some of this shit is so good and so relevant now, but kids now don't know who the fucking Clash is. Okay. And they'll say like, oh, Green Day revolutionized this style of music and made it mainstream. And it's like, no, they did. They
brought it back.
They brought it back, exactly. Mm-hmm. But like I had a discussion the other day with my wife in the car listening. I was like, oh, you know what? I haven't listened to it in forever. Tragic Kingdom by No Doubt. I'm listening to this album. And I was listening to it, and I looked at my wife. I go, I bet you that there is an entire generation of kids that have no fucking idea that Gwen Stefani is even in this band.
Yeah, there's actually Kids React to people who didn't know that they were in No Doubt. There's like maybe 1 or 2 kids like, oh, it's No Doubt, like the early Gwen Stefani.
Yeah.
But most of them didn't know.
But yeah, it's just, and like I feel like it's, I don't know, this sounds like super soapboxy, but like it's up to people who actually still remember and love that music to make sure that it keeps getting played and keeps getting passed down.
Right. To your point, but I guess with a slight twist, the thing that I hate is insert whichever musician, group, band, whatever, that samples or pulls from this classic stuff, and then you ask people, oh, isn't that, that Beyonce something? Like, no, you mean this, like, that's, like, it all this shit ties in, like, we talk about no originality in TV and Hollywood and stuff, and it's like, it even down to fucking music, it's like you have people that are making songs, and that's fine, sample shit, but it hurts when people that don't know any better think that they were the ones that made it.
And like, I'm not trying, I hate, like, gatekeeping, like, you see somebody with, like, a fucking Anti-Flag shirt, and you're like, oh, fucking name 3 Anti-Flag songs, like, that's not what I'm talking about at all, and neither is Bryce. What we're talking about is fucking credit where it's due and where it belongs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Queen is one of those bands that I really feel like until now
Yeah.
that for a while nobody talked about. And then Wayne's World came around and they had a whole new life and people were talking about them again. And hopefully this will spark another resurgence and people will continue talking about Queen because they're fucking fantastic and they're one of my favorite bands.
Yeah, they're an awesome band. I'm laughing because I'm like, they're gonna fucking make me hate We Will Rock You even more because it's just gonna keep going and going. But it's fine. Other stuff.
You were talking about like older bands and like their music resonating, and then you mentioned Green Day. I just want to throw this in there really quick. American Idiot. I think that's the one that's going to stick around for a long time.
Yeah.
As per any older music,
Right.
Like American Idiot is that's a timeless album.
Yeah.
It's just a timeless album that I think it's always going to be relevant or has a relevancy to it. I don't know.
Relevancy. That's a word.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
a word.
But
yeah, and that's a good point. And then to my point, I feel like people hear that and think like, oh, they were the first to do something like that.
They're gonna think that, yeah.
People already think that.
Well, yeah, people do already think that.
But there's been concept albums since the beginning of time, yeah. And then that style of music, Sex Pistols, Ramones, The Clash, and like those are three bands that people might know the names of, and there's countless other bands that nobody knows the names of that were doing that style of music also, that Green Day and other bands like them were no doubt influenced by, but these are the touchstones, and these are the ones that stick around. Yeah. That's why we mention bands like, when you mention Green Day, you have to mention The Clash. Mm-hmm. You have to, because it's so obvious that Billie Joe Armstrong is really trying to pull that style of vocal out.
Yeah. Definitely has the mixture of unique vocals.
I'm all for originality and giving credit where it's due, so let's keep talking about the originals and let's keep this shit in the mainstream.
I didn't know that.
So
it's just like it's scary. I mean, again, kind of still to the point, you know, like our local oldies station, K Earth 101, now plays so much like 80s Nirvana music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've heard Nirvana play.
No, I know. And it's just like, it's weird though, because like, man, when I was growing up, I was hearing fucking 50s and 60s music on that, and it's like you're saying some of the stuff gets so old that you're afraid it's going to disappear.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know, it's scary, but yeah, the movie looks awesome. I think that Rami or Ram, however you say it, Malik is going to be an excellent Freddie Mercury. He should spell his name differently if it's Remy. Is it Rami?
Rami.
Should be Rami. Yeah, okay.
Or Remy.
I think it's Rami.
I can't even say that. Papa.
Just Il Papa Do Can El Lupo.
Hello, and thank you.
I probably totally butchered that too.
Yeah. New guy in the chat. What's up?
Yeah.
Thanks for the follow. So shall we jump into the next trailer?
Yeah, let's go.
So this next trailer is a Spike Jonze movie. And again, for
it's
those
a Spike. Well, never mind.
Did I say Spike Jonze?
No, you said it. I wanted to say
Jones?
Spike Jones joint, but I'm thinking Spike Lee joint. So
Spike Lee. No, you're right.
Spike Lee. See, right there. A Spike Lee joint. Got it.
Spike
hate
Lee.
that.
I know.
Hate that. Let's go.
It's too many spikes.
It's on the fucking description of Spike Lee joint. Like, god damn it. Showing our support.
Here we go.
We'll watch this with our eyes closed.
There's never been a black cop in this city. We think you might be the man to open things up around here.
Who threw this in?
I did.
I thought you did.
No.
Spike Lee and
Hello?
Ron Stallworth calling.
Who am I speaking with?
This is David Duke.
Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. That David Duke?
God. Last time I checked. What can I do you for?
Well, since you asked, I hate blacks. I hate Jews, Mexicans, and Irish. Italians and Chinese. But my mouth to God's ears, I really hate those black rats. And anyone else, really, that doesn't have pure white Aryan blood running through their veins.
I'm happy to be talking to a true white American.
God bless white America.
It almost sounds like
The KKK is planning an attack.
How do you propose to make
this investigation?
We'll establish contact over the phone. We'll need a white officer to play me when they meet face to face.
You for the white race, Ron?
Oh, hell yeah.
So there becomes a combined Ron Stallworth.
Can you do that?
With the right white man, we can do anything.
When's the last time they let a rookie lead an investigation? Oh, that's right. Never.
Okay, become his friend. Let's get invited back.
So what kind of stuff you guys do?
Cross burnings, marches. This is fixing to be a big year for us.
You ask too many questions. You undercover or something?
We must unite and organize to fight racism.
Are you down for the liberation of black people?
Power to the people.
All power to all the people.
All power to all the people.
It's racism. For you, it's a crusade. For me, it's a job.
You're Jewish. That hatred, doesn't that piss you off?
You're taking this Jew lie detector test.
Why are you acting like you ain't got skin in the game?
I'm telling you, the wars are coming.
Black power! Black power!
Knights of the Ku Klux Klan.
That's us. Stallworth Brothers.
We're on a roll, baby.
America first.
America first! America first!
If I would have known this was a Klan meeting, I wouldn't have taken this mother.
That looks really interesting.
Yeah, it does. I could have swore you put that in there.
No.
That's funny.
So yeah, I know. Yeah, I put that in there. I saw Philip DeFranco, part of his Everything in Awesome, and I watched the trailer. Like, holy shit, this is fucking hilarious.
That looks good.
But you know, I don't think I've ever seen a Spike Lee movie. Have I?
Sure, I've seen something.
I bet you have.
I don't think I have.
I feel like you have.
Maybe I have. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know how
You
well
racist.
renowned. You know how
Yeah.
well renowned he is, and how
Yeah.
much he had a movement too in the '90s. Because I know he was big in the '90s, and him and Jordan Peele, who made Get Out, getting together to make this.
Yeah.
I really liked Get Out, so I was like,
saw
okay,
it.
I gotta watch
I haven't
this.
seen it.
I thought you saw it already. Oh. I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
You still don't know nothing about it, right?
No.
Then just that's the way to watch it.
Yeah.
That's the way to watch it. Just like any movie, that's the way to watch. So yeah, I figured you guys might like this movie.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Really interesting.
So yeah, did it say the name of it? The Black Klansman. Klansman, yeah.
Stylized with 3 Ks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad you guys
Yeah,
are
I'm
interested.
in, man.
I'm glad
That
you're
looks really
interested.
cool.
So yeah, I wanted to put that out there. But as far as I think entertainment, I think that's it. Right?
Well, as far as news and trailers go.
News and trailers, yeah.
Yeah.
So we do have an update spoiler review for Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
We were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Mike, you finally watched it all.
Yeah, I did.
I don't know if you want to take a seat over there.
You guys do your shit.
Okay. It.
All right, so first of all, we're going to talk about spoilers.
Spoilers,
In this Cobra Kai.
yeah.
So if you haven't watched it, go watch it. You can get a
Right.
free
30-day trial.
and then quit it just like he did.
Yep.
So opinions, thoughts, comments, concerns.
So taking into account the things you had said about it a couple of weeks ago, like it again, that didn't color my opinion going in or whatsoever. I was like, okay, Rick liked it, and that's all I really know, other than a few like things from like the trailers and stuff like that. But
Right.
so I went in and I really liked the way it set up the characters. Like you were talking about, like almost each episode is focused on a character. Like to the point where I was like, this is UT Bread. Is there a fucking ad rolling? To where I didn't, because you don't know anybody until they introduce you to him. Like, spoilers, when you meet Johnny's son for the first time.
Yeah.
And he's working tech support or whatever. And it's like, okay, I am watching the same show. All right, I get it. So yeah, I really enjoyed, like, the first half of this series was kind of like introduction to everybody.
Oh shit, you're wearing your shirt.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even realize.
I wasn't playing?
No.
That's funny.
It's just what was on top when I pulled it out of the drawer this morning. So like, yeah, like the first episode introduces you to Johnny, but still starts the plot in motion. And this is the thing I really, really liked about the show, and the pacing of it was like, it wasn't like, here's an episode about Johnny, here's an episode about Daniel, here's an episode about the kid, here's an episode about the other kid. It was like, here's this character, and this plot starting in motion. And you meet this other character about halfway through, but the plot is still continuing. Like, it never felt like...
It stays relevant to everything. Yeah.
It never felt like hand-holdy, like, here's all this exposition, the shit's gonna go down next episode, which is something I really hate in television, is when that happens. And, like, I am all for, like, peaks and valleys in your storytelling.
Yeah.
But this was definitely done in a way to where it didn't feel like an artificial peak and valley to where, like, here's all the exposition in this episode and then here's the action. And I understand that it's not that type of show, really. And it easily could have been, considering it's about martial arts. It's about karate. So you could have easily had your montage-filled episode and then no karate whatsoever in the next one and have just exposition. But they didn't do that. Like, it was so well put together and paced that, like, I got immediately sucked in from second one all the way till the end of the 10th episode. It's fucking amazing.
If I didn't say what I said in the last video, like the beginning of the movie, you know how I said, like, it feels like it's just going to be this cheese, but then you kind of realize, oh, they're playing off of that, him reliving his glory days. That came through, right?
Oh, yeah.
Watch it? Okay.
Yeah,
All
for
right,
sure.
Yeah, because I when I first watched it, the first episode, like, I'm like, oh my god, they're gonna be pandery like this. But then I just started realizing, you know, it's getting into the character where I guess people don't know him, and then how he wants to stay and live in the 80s.
Yeah,
you know, like when the kid he's training,
Miguel.
Yeah, Miguel. Yeah, he ends up getting some Guns N' Roses because of what he told him.
Right.
You know,
like he hears some music and he's like, what is that shit? He's like, oh, sorry, that's my phone. He goes, fucking get some Guns N' Roses or something. And he goes, who? What? And he goes, get out of here. And then kicks him out of the dojo. And then the next episode literally starts with Rat playing.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, wow, okay. So, like, they take these two time frames and kind of put them together. And you see the evolution of the character, of Johnny's character.
Yeah.
So, like, all the way to the very last moments of the last episode.
Of the last fight. You see him transition.
You see him completely realize, like,
what have I done?
Oh, God, I've created monsters. How am I going to put them back in their cage, you know? And I really like that Daniel is still a shitbag. and not
I think he's more of a shitbag now.
Right. They're totally leaning into that video with this show, which is fine. I get that. And I did like the episode where he explains the movie from his head to Miguel.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, God, this is amazing because it's basically everything I ever thought and everything that video reinforced about that first movie. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed it, man. Like, and the episode that you were mentioning 2 weeks ago when he went and visited the tribute to Mr. Miyagi episode, I guess you could call it, where he goes and he visits his grave.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like,
That's the 5th episode, I think it was?
I think fifth or sixth. Yeah. But yeah, and it's like this whole thing where, you know, he's, quote, out of balance and he can't figure out what to do. So he does what he always did, and he goes and he talks to Mr. Miyagi and then realizes that he needs to better himself instead of trying to better everybody else. But at the same time, is still being a real dick in the context of the show. Like the thing I've noticed is in that whole series is the only person in that series so far that has their head on straight is Daniel's wife.
Yeah, she's kind of. It's funny because when they get to that point where they're facing each other in the backyard, like she's kind of like the audience or the voice of reason. Yeah. Like, are you guys really, like, you're 40 years old? Are you really going to do this right now?
Exactly. Yeah, I thought that was pretty entertaining.
I like that a lot.
Like,
that was
that
funny.
whole sequence. She's like, "You guys want to just talk this out over breakfast?
Yeah.
You want to come inside? I could eat." Like, it's really good shit. And I think the Louis character that they totally fleshed out, who was barely mentioned in the first movie.
Louis character?
Yeah, cousin. Daniel's cousin
Oh,
Louis.
that's right. Yeah.
He's barely mentioned in the first movie, in the very first movie. And they took a mention of a character that, you know, in that world doesn't really exist because you don't see, meet, or know him other than, oh, cousin Louis is always getting in trouble. Like, and they take that character based on one line from the first movie and flesh him out.
Yeah.
And make him a complete and utter douchebag and really flesh that character out. And yeah, they added a lot of really cool stuff, man. Like,
yeah, and the character progression for the main character Miguel.
Yeah,
like he's a skinny, scrawny
oh
little
my
kid,
God.
And then you get to the last fucking episode, and he's a straight up fucking thick ass.
Yeah, that kid is
oh my
an
God,
awesome actor.
He's a really good actor because I went to like I really kind of like this kid. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and then he just
that last 2 episodes, man.
Yeah,
he completely flipped.
He turned into an asshole.
Yeah,
he turned into a bully.
And you could see remorse after the fight.
In Johnny's eyes, yeah.
No, in Miguel's eyes after the fight.
I don't know if I say that.
Yeah, there was definitely of like, oh shit, this is over. What now? And he kind of falls back into being the character you.
I'd have to rewatch that. 'Cause I felt like he was set in his ways.
The other kid with the mohawk, Hawk, is the one that.
Hawk was another progression that I thought was funny.
Fucking monster, dude. By the end of that series, or that season, but yeah, man, I really, really enjoyed it. It
was good.
The only thing I said this last night to my wife, I was like, the only thing I could really complain about, and it doesn't make any sense because we watched it all in one go, so we watched it like just a long movie instead of a television show, and this is where binging things comes into play and can hurt you, is that at the end of that season, nothing is fucking resolved. Nobody has a redeeming arc at all. You don't like the characters you don't like at the end, and you feel for the characters you felt for at the end that you same way you did at the beginning. And I mean, that's a mark of a good television show, is to tell you an awesome story and make you care about these characters and feel for them on that roller coaster ride, and then at the end feel the same way and have zero resolution. That way you want to see more. And because I watched it like a movie, that would be the only thing I would complain about, which I'm not complaining about,
right?
Because it is a television show and not a movie. But yeah, nothing is fucking settled at all.
No,
like there's just a whole host of new problems.
And then look who comes at the very end.
Yep.
Finds his way through the doors.
Fucking John Kreese comes back at the very end, and
I didn't expect that. I honestly didn't expect that.
I didn't either, because they had the throwaway line earlier in the season of, oh, John Kreese is dead. Like, he didn't say dead to me. He said John Kreese is dead. And so the fact that he showed back up, and you could see right then, like, and it's so crazy that William Zabka never did anything else, really, after Karate Kid, because he's a good fucking actor, too. Because
he's really good in this.
And right at the end, you see him fall right back into being that insecure little kid that joined Cobra Kai because he had nothing. At the very end of that show, as it goes dark, you see that insecurity in his face.
Yeah, I didn't think we'd get backstory like that. It was really a nice, refreshing backstory to get, and kind of see why his motives were there.
Yeah,
you know. But yeah, it's a good. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah,
it's a good show.
It's so funny that this modern version of Karate Kid is basically Romeo and Juliet. Oh man, stay away from those LaRussos. Don't talk to those Cobra Kais. They're bad news. And you can see it from both sides why each side is bad fucking news.
Yeah, we are getting to season 2.
Yeah.
So it will be back. I don't know when, but it'll be back.
Yeah, that is definitely something I'm excited about. I really, really enjoyed it. And the tournament at the end was really
good.
well done.
Yeah.
Really, really well done. I loved the music and the score of it, and bringing back the score.
They brought
of
back the
old
original
movies.
score, yeah.
I really enjoyed
nice.
that.
Same with I think don't know if I mentioned that in the last non-spoiler review, but they brought back Mr. Miyagi's theme for that episode too, which I thought was really nice.
And yeah, just like and the music during the final confrontation with Miguel and Robbie, like that's all. You know, it's new, but it's has that same vibe and that same feel, man. And yeah, there's a few episodes that I really, really, really liked. I liked the one, God, I think it's episode 9 where Daniel and Johnny end up hanging out together.
Oh,
and
yeah,
going
yeah,
to the bar
yeah.
and talking. They kind of bury the hatchet
things,
again.
yeah.
Like, and that's kind of like a theme throughout the show is like burying the hatchet and then pulling it right back out and shoving it into your back. Like it's really well done, man. I really liked all the actors and actresses on it. I thought all the kids did really, really good.
Yeah, they were great.
Yeah, the Mean Girls were funny as shit and got what they deserved. But yeah, man, it was an awesome series, and if you have like any affinity for Karate Kid or
the
grew up
80s.
watching Karate Kid, you're doing yourself a disservice by not watching the show. And if you can get a free trial to YouTube Red, do it that way, because that's what I did.
Yeah.
And yeah,
cool.
I really, really dug it, man.
Deadpool 2 came out this week, this
Yeah.
week, and we're gonna talk about that. We all saw the first one, and which we loved, and now we got the second one.
Yeah.
Opinions, thoughts. Who wants to go first?
I loved it. I fucking, the only thing I thought was a bit much was the opening credits again. I was like, you didn't have to do that again. But that's the only thing I can fucking complain about this movie is that.
Spoilers, by the way. We're going to talk spoilers on Deadpool.
Yeah, okay. That's the only thing about this movie I can complain about is that they rang that same joke out again.
Yeah.
And it didn't seem as clever this time as it did the first time. But
I think there was a nice twist to it where it was just like the questions everyone had about what the fuck was going on.
Yeah. Who the fuck is this guy?
So I don't think it was. I mean, yeah, it was kind of doing the same thing, but I didn't think it was that bad.
Right. Yeah, and again, like if I were going to complain about something, that's the only thing I would complain about.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot too. I thought it was hilarious. I think it was just as good as the first one, in my opinion.
I do too.
I think it lives up to the first one.
For sure.
I think so.
I need to watch the first movie again. I think I've only watched it once, and I don't want to say I don't remember it, but I don't have vivid detail of it. So I don't want to say anything it's better than the first because I don't remember. So it's funny. So honestly, the first bit of the movie, I did not like it. I just thought it was kind of meh. And I was like, some of these jokes to me just aren't landing. Like, some of it felt a little just like, oh yeah, we're rated R and we're going to make these jokes. And some of them I just didn't think were very funny. But I was still having fun. I was still enjoying the movie. And then as the movie kept going, and then really when it hit the end and the climax, like, the movie really fucking won me over then.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, because I was sitting there and like, I was enjoying myself. I'm just like, I was sitting there, I'm like, did this need to be made? Like, you know, it's like, it's just whatever, you know, like it was fine. But then, yeah, and it's probably proper as the movie built and got to the climax and got to the end, it really fucking grabbed me by the dick and was just like, nope, you're going to like this movie. That's honestly how I felt. Like, I wasn't going to come on here and shit on the movie because like, that's not how I felt, but I honestly was just sort of watching it like, oh, this is all right. I'm like, oh yeah, they're rated R. They're going to say fucking bad words and you know what I mean? They're going to make jokes and sometimes, like, even the first Deadpool, I thought some of it felt a little try-hard. It's like, okay, yeah, I get it. I know this is the R-rated comic movie. But, yeah, like, I can't remember the last time a movie got me like that. Like, it was crazy. Like, I don't want to say I did a whole turnaround, because, like I said, I wasn't going to say I didn't like the movie.
Right.
But it really fucking grabbed me. And I feel like they just, like, hit me with an onslaught of, like, you like all this shit and it's going to go all in your mouth right the fuck now. Like, that's sort of how it felt to me. It really sort of...
In your face.
It fucking
face, neck,
flipped.
and chest.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. So, yeah, like, I liked the movie a lot. I really did. You know, like I said, about halfway through it, I thought I was going to be like, yeah, it was a fun movie. But then it just kept building and building. They kept doing more and more and more. And I was like, wow, like, fuck. That movie really pulled me in.
Yeah.
Made me emotional at some
Yeah.
points, too. Like, I was like... I was impressed. I can't remember the last time I felt that way with a movie, like where it really just, like, it got me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I was ready to just be like a fence rider with it,
Right,
and then
right.
it got me over the fence. So yeah, that's how I felt about it.
Nice. Well, I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah.
Rick?
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I kind of almost felt like you too, but I'm like the beginning was kind of like, all right, you know, well, like it didn't really grab me yet, but it eventually, like you said, grabbed me. Didn't have to say like I didn't like it at all, you know, because I love the movie.
Yeah,
It's just the beginning was kind of rough, I guess, for me.
Right, because I'm not saying I didn't like it at any point either. I think for a little bit, I was like, I feel like this is just there, and it's still chugging along, and it's fine, and I'm having a good time. I don't know that I'll need to, you know, in my head, I'm like, oh, am I really ever going to need to watch this again? Like, I don't know. Which is weird shit to be thinking as a story is being told, but it's just kind of what I was feeling. But yeah, like, I don't know what else to say. Like, it completely, like, I don't want to use the word flipped, because that makes it sound like that I've completely thought the movie was shit, but it really fucking grabbed me. As it kept going, and I think it's really fucking good, and I kind of do want to see it again. Maybe not. I don't have to go out in theaters to see it again, but I want to watch it again.
Yeah, I like the way they integrated Colossus again and Super Teenage. I forgot how long her name is, but I like that they brought her back.
And obviously, while you're thinking, there's sorry, I thought you were paused for a second. While you're thinking, another thing about an asterisk with anything with me, there's a lot of things or references in this movie that I'm not gonna get because there's a lot of X-Men shit that I don't get. But carry on.
Well, speaking of the X-Men stuff and going off of that, like we get to we find him in the fucking mansion. How awesome was that?
Yeah.
And the line that I love the most is like, "Oh, you couldn't get any of the A-list actors," and then you just see him close the door like that. Brilliant! That was fucking brilliant. That was the first class people.
Yeah.
Which it was probably green screened, I'm sure.
And so that's the thing. One thing my wife brought up. She goes, "This timeline is completely fucked up," and I go, "Well, I mean, it's a comic book movie, so it doesn't really matter."
It doesn't really matter.
But, yeah, and she goes, "Yeah, because like when they closed the door, that was the young X-Men, not the old X-Men." I was like,
"First class."
Yeah, I know, but still, like,
shut
up and enjoy the movie. Shut up. That's why.
We are still getting that fourth movie from the First Class people.
Cool.
But I like that part a lot.
The whole X-Force segment of the movie was amazing.
Oh my god,
fucking
that was
amazing.
Hilarious. That was fucking. Oh my god, everyone dies
except Domino.
Well, except Domino because she's lucky.
Domino is such a fucking charming character.
Yeah, she really grows on you, huh?
So charming. Like no, it's all right. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I liked her a lot.
Yeah,
She
big
has-
fan of that character.
Yeah,
There was a controversy, not a lot, but there was some controversy about the actress and the characterization of her in the movie.
Was there?
Yeah.
What was it?
Well, because Domino was not black in the comics. And
I
everybody
don't
had-
even know what she was in the comics.
So they
Because
make-
she's always had.
they
She
make
always
it-
had the white.
they make
and
it
the Domino.
ambiguous, yeah.
Yeah, she would have had the white and black. Makeup.
Right.
But again,
that's
I'm
what
not too.
that's what
familiar.
people were fucking latching onto. It's like, well, she's not black in the comics. Like, whatever, dude. Shut the
I
fuck
thought.
up.
I thought the reason was because like the costume was like all wrong.
Yeah. No.
I don't know. It's because of that. Oh, wow.
People are dumb.
Well,
People are, spoilers. People are still dumb.
I had no idea. I'm out of it.
I loved her.
I just thought it was
she was
just
fucking
how she-
amazing.
I thought she was great.
Charming as hell.
She was a
And-
perfect Domino.
Yeah, real good.
I also liked when they're interviewing the people. Oh fuck! What was his name?
Star Seeker, Star Duster, Star
Something like that.
Something.
And he said he was from the Mojo world, which is now something that exists here in the X-Men / Deadpool universe, which is kind of funny. I know the Mojo universe because of the X-Men cartoons where they go to the his land, which is basically where everyone watches TV and like he has mutants fight each other, which I thought that was kind of cool. The person who was invisible, when you see him, was that Brad Pitt?
Yes, that was
Brad
fucking
Pitt.
I thought that
Pitt.
was him.
That got the biggest laugh out of me in the whole movie because that screams Brad Pitt's personality and sense of humor, the way people talk about him.
Yeah.
About him, you know?
That's fucking hilarious. That makes me
I
laugh
feel like
even more.
a lot of people in our theater didn't notice that. Because
Yeah.
I felt like I was like the only person that kind of chuckled at it. I wasn't even sure if you caught it.
I was gonna say, was that Brad Pitt?
Yeah.
But like the movie just kept going.
Just kept moving.
Yeah, I was
It
like,
kept moving.
you gotta watch. The person, the big
bad, the monster,
or the person hiding
Yeah.
in the maximum security. I knew it was Juggernaut.
Of course.
Like it had to be Juggernaut.
Yeah.
The only thing that I wonder was who's gonna play Juggernaut, because like we had the shitty Juggernaut in X-Men 3. That was Vinny Jones, I think, right? That was his name.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, he played.
Why was he shitty?
Because he's the Juggernaut, bitch.
But that wasn't his fault. That was a stupid meme
That was stupid
on
writing.
YouTube.
It was still laughable watching it in theaters.
Going
Like,
back
come
to
on, that's pretty bad.
Going back to talking about what YouTube originally was. Originally, it was fucking dank meme central before that term existed, and that's what that was from.
Well, yeah, but even when I first watched
Yeah.
the X-Men 3 in theaters, like I thought the Juggernaut was such a stupid character. So bad. And you know what? To be honest, like I don't know. I have to be honest about this, but I watched the third one again recently.
Really?
In fact, I watched 1, 2, and 3 recently.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I went back to watch them, and like the third one is still just
No,
terrible.
it's not. No, it's not.
Terrible.
You're wrong. He's wrong about his opinion.
I hate that.
I could put it this way: like it's bad, but it could be worse.
Okay,
It
fair
could be
enough.
much worse. It could be the Wolverine Origins worse.
Oh God.
Which, funny enough, that comes back into play in this movie.
Yep.
So
does some other
So
stuff.
Josh Brolin is Cable.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Mhm.
I thought they did a very good
Thought it was
job.
really, really good. I still stand by what I originally said, and now that he's getting more roles, I think people would be more receptive to it. I still think John Cena could have played that character and nailed it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he
But
could've.
Josh Brolin is the fucking man, and
I think John Cena is much taller than Brolin.
That guy,
Yeah.
Josh Brolin, is making money hand over fist right now. I love the Goonies reference in the movie, by the
And he
way.
has been for like the last.
I know, it's
10,
just,
12
but
years.
it's fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
because he was the kid, he was fucking, whatever his name is, I'm forgetting, in Goonies. Why am I, Troy? No, Troy is the other guy, Brent. I don't fucking know. He's in the Goonies.
Yeah.
And then I loved it, you know, like he said, something, whatever, One-Eyed Willie. I'm like, fuck yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. That was pretty good, man.
Also, he was wearing Chunk's shirt.
Was he?
Was he really?
Yeah.
In the movie?
Remember where they were all in the house, and because like he
Oh,
had
I
no
didn't
bottom,
even
he had the
notice.
really
I
tiny
didn't
baby
even
legs.
notice.
He was
Oh,
wearing
shit!
the Hawaiian.
Holy
Yeah, he
shit,
was.
Ryan Reynolds was, huh?
Yeah.
Holy shit! I didn't even think about
I
that.
didn't think about that
That's
either.
one of the first things
Good
I noticed.
pickup, Rick. Good
I wonder.
Oh, shit.
I guess that does have to be intentional.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. That sequence was fucking amazing.
It's
Goddamn.
ridiculous.
Oh my god! Like, he just basic instinct you.
And TJ Miller, man, that dude is so funny. Like
That
his
is really
comedic
funny.
timing is so good, so good.
He needs to stay out of trouble, but that guy is
He needs
hilarious.
to stay out of trouble for sure.
For sure.
I've always liked him since She's Out of My League, man. If,
I
if
didn't
you guys
tell him-
haven't seen that movie's really good.
I didn't tell him anything except everything he wanted to know. Like,
Yeah.
just the-
Yeah.
And the way he delivers those lines is so good.
He's
Man.
he's fucking awesome.
The way he delivered that plays through the movie too, or through the next sequence was like, and I'm gonna warn you, but the high winds advisory.
That's so good. That whole fucking like. I wonder if people will be upset about what they did with the whole idea of X-Force, or if they're gonna just laugh it off and think it was hilarious too, and then have them be like, "Oh well."
I think people laugh.
He
off.
fixes it
Well,
at
technically,
the end.
He fixes it at the end,
Yeah.
which I thought was kind of like a. Usually when something like that happens, I get pissed off.
It's very
but
comic booky.
But yeah, they very comic booked it.
Yeah.
And they managed to win me over on that. But usually I hate shit like that.
Yeah.
That's what I mean though. Like the movie just to me just. I guess that's the best thing for me to say about it is for me, I guess it just kept getting better.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was kind of like, oh, this is okay. And then it just kept like, no, you're gonna fucking like this asshole.
Yeah.
And that's sort of how it
There's
felt.
no way you're not gonna. And if you don't like it at all, you're gonna love the final thing you see.
Yeah.
It's
It was
fucking-
good
you're
shit.
welcome, Canada.
Yeah. It was fucking good.
Yeah, the way I'm fixing I'm fixing the timeline. Was that?
They finally found a way to shut you up. Hi. Just cleaning up the timeline.
I only saw that movie once. Hugh Jackman didn't come back for that, you think? Or was that part of the movie? Of the Origins? I'm not saying like I'm sure they altered it or maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if that was something freshly shot or not.
Yeah.
But
I'll have to go back and check.
The funny thing was, like, when we walked out, I was like, all right, so we're going to get one last fucking appearance of Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, and this is the way it should be, for sure. As much as I loved Logan,
too much to have him come back.
That is the best way to finally see him. Being completely ineffective.
Yeah.
You just have to be angry about it. Because that's what
I've kind of
Wolverine
indifferent about that. I was indifferent about that because I don't want to remember. I want to remember him the way he was
at the end of Logan.
At the end of Logan,
good ass shit, man. But yeah, man, the movie was fucking spectacular. Just like all the cool little twists, all the nods to whether it's comic books or the fucking Goonies stuff and
movie references everywhere.
It's normally one of those things that would just like it would just grate on you the whole way through, but it's done so well and from such a genuine place that there's no way you can leave this movie and not at least have had a good time.
Yeah.
It's because Ryan Reynolds is the perfect person to deliver those lines.
Yeah.
He knows how to deliver that line. His comedy is just perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the other thing that was happening to me at the beginning. I'm like, this is just fucking Ryan Reynolds, like how Ryan Reynolds is in every movie. Like that's how I felt at first. And then like I said, he won me over.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I know your brand, Reynolds. Like, oh, I got it. Like, but yeah.
And then he looks you right in the eye and makes you feel something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I like that dude a lot, man. Really, really awesome movie.
I looked up who played Juggernaut if you want to know.
Who was it?
Ryan Reynolds. It was. He voiced Juggernaut.
No way.
Yeah, I just
because in the credits,
I know, and
it said Juggernaut as himself. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh my god! No, I didn't even.
The screenwriter revealed it. It was Ryan Reynolds, slightly modulated with the computer to bring his register down, but Juggernaut is whatever. He's not. Blah blah blah. So
that's funny.
So we thought he was probably the cool. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it was Ryan Reynolds.
That's hilarious.
Because they referenced that too, Rhett Reese or whatever, however you say his name. Is it Rhett? The screenwriter? Is that how you pronounce R-H-E? That's probably Rhett.
Rhett, yeah.
Yeah, it was Ryan Reynolds.
That's funny.
And from one of the directors who killed John Wick's dog. I love that.
That was
hilarious. Oh, God.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Big Star 40, what do we rate Deadpool 2 from 1 to 10? We don't usually have a rating system, but we usually say
do we make the
don't see it, rent it, or go watch
Deadpool
it.
joke and just say 69 because that's something
69.
Deadpool would say.
We rated
On a
69.
scale of 1 to 10, we rated 69 because that's what Deadpool would say. It was fucking amazing. If you want an endorsement, I say it's a movie that I think you have to see in theaters with a large group of people. Because on a fucking Friday morning, there was a huge group of people in the theater, and it was the best way to see that movie.
There was a good amount of people for us, too, at 10 in the morning.
Reynolds also, by the way, did the motion capture for Juggernaut's face also. So.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's funny. Big CG fight coming up.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, that was such a good movie that I would see again.
Yeah, me too. Fucking your prison wallet. You gonna shove in your prison wallet?
That kid was really good,
that
too.
Kid was amazing.
That kid was fucking rad,
Yeah.
man. Holy shit, that kid was good.
It's probably me being a fucking idiot. I don't even know what I was thinking of, but like at first when, because this is probably me. I don't know shit about this stuff, but like, Cable can travel through time or whatever, and he wants to kill the kid, and like the kid, I was like, is the kid Cable? Like for a second I thought like, and maybe he was trying to stop himself or some shit.
I think that we've been conditioned to think that with movies and video games and other time traveling things because
sounds like Looper almost.
Infamous, the first Infamous, spoilers for a 12-year-old game, the bad guy in Infamous is somebody you meet at the very beginning of the game.
Oh wow. That's cool.
Yeah. And it's one of those things that wraps all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Looper, like Rick brought up.
Yeah.
God, wasn't there something recently? There's a TV show where it was like an alternate dimensional thing with, fucking, what's his name? From the drumming movie. With Miles Teller. The other actor. What the fuck is his name? I can't think of his name right now.
He's in that movie too?
Yeah, he's the teacher. He's the music teacher.
Oh, Counterpart with J.K. Simmons.
Counterpart, J.K. Simmons. Yeah.
That show is fucking fantastic, by the way. It starts slow. I'm not gonna lie, it does start slow.
Yeah.
But kind of like Deadpool, by episode 5, it's got me by the fucking balls.
Yeah. But back to Deadpool, man. It was amazing, and it's definitely something I want to see again. Interestingly, I thought that about the first movie, and I still haven't seen that movie a second time. But I don't feel like I needed to see it a second time. I think the only reason I would want to see it a second time is to really scrutinize all the frames for all the references, like for the reason I want to watch Ready Player One again. You know, like.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of good X-Men references in that.
Yeah.
I want to watch the first one again just to kind of compare it to 2, because I really I remember the first one, but it's
here's
shady or whatever. That's not the word. Cloudy. Right idea, you know.
Yeah, I hear you.
Cloudy with a chance of meatballs.
Here's my only thing about this movie that I immediately thought. Like, I immediately came out of it going, man, people are they're not gonna like this movie as much as they liked the first one, because it is so much more of the same, but not necessarily not in a bad way. To bring it into video games for a second, it's the way you and I feel about Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3. People hate Uncharted 3 and say it's nowhere near as good as 2 because it's just such an incremental upgrade from 2, whereas 2 from 1 was such a leap in everything. Graphics, storytelling, mechanics, the whole deal.
Yeah.
And 3 is just such a marginal difference that people don't like 3 as much as 2. But I still maintain to this day, and I know there's a couple other people like Greg Miller who believe this too, if 3 came out before 2 as 2, people would think that about that game.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's one of those things that because it was so marginal of a difference that it just feels like more of the same.
Yeah.
And like when I walked out of the theater, I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. I don't think they could have given me any more than exactly what I wanted. There's always cool shit they can do to like make you feel like, oh, I didn't expect that. Like, and there was definitely some stuff that's like the X-Force stuff. I didn't expect that entire sequence to happen with everybody dying like that. Like,
yeah,
did not fucking expect that at all. And I was like, wow, they really fucking did a thing right there. Holy shit. And then, by the end of the movie, it's, null and void, so to speak.
Right.
But they actually did it, like, kind of thing. I was like, oh, all right. But like, it's nothing. I wasn't expecting this movie to like fucking knock my socks off again like the first one did.
I actually thought that you probably weren't gonna like it because of how much
similar it is
to the first one. I actually thought like he's gonna come in saying like, "It was alright."
Mike's gonna come in being fucking negative Nancy again.
What do you know?
That's my only fear, is that it's not gonna have the same reception or do as well as the first one, because it's going to be seen as like, oh, it's just the same thing again. But
do you know if
I
there's
thought
going
it
to
was,
be a third?
I hope so. I don't know it for sure. Well, let me call my buddy Ryan. I mean, I don't know.
I'm sure there's already stories floating around about
probably. I'm just kind of curious because of the whole T.J. Miller shit.
Yeah.
Like, usually like get him.
I mean, that movie's not going to live and die based on whether T.J. Miller's in it. I already thought
I honestly didn't even expect to see him this time, to be honest. I said honest like twice right there.
Honestly, I mean, at least you're honest about it.
So yeah, overall,
I really enjoyed seeing the cab driver again.
I'm glad he was back.
Good stuff. His little final thing was fucking dope.
It was good shit.
Like I was waiting for that because that was an obvious setup, but I didn't expect that moment.
Like the whole fucking, I heard you coming for the last 30 seconds, trying not to laugh and keep a straight face. That was amazing. But yeah, fucking Josh Brolin, man, and Ryan Reynolds are like, those dudes are national treasures, man. They're funny. They're great actors. Like, I'll watch anything they're in, good, bad, or indifferent,
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says about anything they're in. I'll watch it and make my own opinion, as I usually do. But like, I won't let anything anybody says ever affect me about anything they're in, because those guys are so fucking good.
They are good. It was driving me crazy. He's Brand in Goonies.
Okay.
Josh Brolin.
Oh.
But yeah, just insane. Like, I don't want to say his career was resurrected, but I mean, for just all of a sudden, Josh Brolin, like, not all of a sudden, he's always kind of around, but like, it's just insane. Like, childhood star, and now he's like fucking mega superstar. Like,
the first time I saw him again was Grindhouse.
Yeah, that sounds right. That
again.
sounds right.
And I was like, wow, he looks way different.
Yeah.
And then he was
Quentin movie?
Huh?
Quentin Tarantino Grindhouse?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never seen.
You never saw those?
I haven't seen them either.
Holy shit!
I saw the one with Rosario Dawson.
Yeah.
The one I think it was the car one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw that one. I don't.
You didn't see,
That wasn't
you
Josh
didn't see
Brolin.
Planet Terror?
No, I didn't.
No, okay. Yeah, he's in Planet Terror. He's also like a small. I think it's like they
know if I
kind of bring
wanna
those
see
two
it.
movies together at the end. I think, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, yeah, man, that's the first time I saw him again, and I was like, oh, fucking Josh Brolin, yeah, man, fucking Goonies, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And then went on, and he did he played a doctor in Planet Terror, and then I think he did something right after that where he played a similar character, if I'm not mistaken. I could be completely wrong on that. And then he did W, and then and then recently again,
That's
he's
right.
kind of back
I
around
forgot about
again.
that.
He's really fucking good in that movie, by the way.
I forgot about W.
Holy shit.
Sin City, Gangster Squad.
Oh yeah, he was definitely just
Yeah.
terrible.
But yeah, man, Josh Brolin is fucking rad, and
Cool.
I really, really love Deadpool, and everybody should go see it in theaters.
Yeah, Deadpool is really good.
All right.
We actually still need the headsets.
No, we can.
We're gonna skip that.
Yeah, we'll cut that for this week. We'll
Okay.
talk more in depth next week about that, because I'm sure more news and stuff will come out about these things that are happening.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Is that it?
The only other thing I want to say is I finished Rise of the Tomb Raider. Get a little bit of gaming discussion going on here. I finished Rise of the Tomb Raider, and holy shit, that game is good.
Is that the newest one?
Yeah, it came out. Well, it's new, but it's like 2 or 3 years old.
Oh.
The newest one comes out in
Newest-
September
oh,
called
gotcha,
Shadow
okay.
of the Tomb Raider. And playing Tomb Raider 2013 and then Rise of the Tomb Raider back to back like that, and then watching the Shadow of the Tomb Raider trailer, like, I'm all in day one on Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
That's awesome.
Yeah, all in day one. It so good, man. Like,
Are they connecting? I mean, I know they're connected, but like, is there like a story connection from the first one to the second one, or are they more like?
So the whole vibe they wanted to put out with these games that are coming out now is that this is how she became Lara
Gotcha.
Croft,
Okay.
treasure hunter kind of thing. And again, I love the Uncharted franchise. It's in my look at this. It's top 5 best video game franchises of all time. Legit, not just a joke, but legit. It's up there for me as far as story and everything. And this is not a knock on Uncharted, but I will say how refreshing it was to play a game where there wasn't some fucking snide, quippy one-liner every other line.
Okay.
And that it was actually taking the story and characters seriously 100% of the time. With the Indiana Jones style mystical stuff happening also.
Nice.
I
bet I would love those
Bryce,
games.
you would love those fucking games.
Yeah.
And they had more. The only thing you would dislike about them is the same thing that I kind of dislike about them, is that the tombs that you actually raid, 1, they're optional, which is fine.
Okay.
But 2, they basically degenerate into you walking a path and getting to a chamber. You get to this chamber and you have to figure out the platforming puzzle. And sometimes it's an environmental platform puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to use all of your weapons you have at your disposal and all your tricks, similar to a shrine in Zelda.
Okay.
Where you walk in and it's like, I gotta get there. I gotta figure out how I gotta get there. Oh, I gotta hit this with some fire arrows so I can get rid of those vines so I can climb this wall.
Yeah.
Then I have to use my arrows with ropes on them so I can, zip line down to they degenerate into platform puzzles.
Okay.
But that said, they're really fun. But to me, that's kind of like I won't say the worst part of the game, but the least interesting part of the game for me.
All right. The least interesting part of the game for you is optional.
And it's fucking awesome anyway. So, but the story and the characterization, like especially with Rise of the Tomb Raider, there's fucking early game betrayal. There's bait and switch on deaths. There's it's really well done and really well told, and it became one of those things where it was like, oh, I want to play this game, and like I thought I wanted to play it because the mechanics were so crisp and clean, and maybe I didn't care that much about the story. So I was like, okay, well during non-cutscene stuff, I'll just have a podcast on in the background, and then I'll pause it when the cutscene stuff starts. And I started playing it that way, and then I don't know, maybe 35 minutes into my first sit down, of playing that game, I completely forgot my phone was next to me and never turned the podcast back on and listened to all the ambient dialogue and all the things she says when you sit down and level up at the fire. And it's one of those games that really sucks you into the world and really sucks you in and makes you feel for the characters, both main and ancillary and disposable. And
that's rad,
all that. So I highly, highly recommend the 2013 Tomb Raider and Rise of the Tomb Raider, and judging by the trailer for Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I'm going to highly recommend that one as well.
Cool. Sounds awesome. I always thought those games looked kind of cool when they came out. I just didn't play them. It was
you own one of them.
Yeah. Which one had the timed exclusive? The second one?
Yeah.
Okay.
The second one, which came out 2015, but we didn't get it on PlayStation 4 until 2016.
Yeah.
And here I am not playing it until 2018. And it's a 2-year-old game, and like, man, it looks good.
It's funny. I really don't know what I fucking own anymore because of the whole digital library shit. I just don't.
But yeah, I was so happy that it was on sale, and it made me remember, oh yeah, I have the first one. I should probably play through that. But let me buy this one anyway, just because it's on sale for real cheap.
Why not?
Yeah. I'm really hyped for Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and I think it's going to be amazing.
Awesome, dude. I'm glad you enjoyed those games.
Yeah. And I think that's all I've been playing is those. I've been kind of dipping my toe into the Fortnite fiasco because my son won't shut up about it.
Oh, yeah?
He's like, Dad, can I play Fortnite? And I was like, oh, God, I don't have Fortnite. He goes, well, can you get it? And I'm like, I don't know. He goes, well, it's free. And I was like, oh, fuck. all right, I'll get Fortnite.
Shit, Michael's negotiating.
Yeah, leave me alone. I'll get it. So this week, we've been playing Fortnite together.
Both of you have been playing it.
And separate, yeah.
What do you think?
On PlayStation?
Uh-huh.
What do you think?
I get it. I get why everybody likes it. It's fun, but I don't know if it's something that would have legs for me.
So I'm obviously very aware of Fortnite, but I'm not aware of Fortnite. So what makes it? I've heard it's like Minecraft, but a shooter sort of deal. Like, what makes it so different?
It's the movie Battle Royale or fucking Hunger Games. You drop people on a fucking island and you make them kill each other. Last man standing wins.
Gotcha.
The thing that makes this big is like, well, so PUBG did it before, and it was like 100 people. They dropped down onto this island, and as time goes on, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And it's not always to the center. Sometimes it's up here. It's like it's different places. And Fortnite is it's 100 people, but it looks good and it feels good. It doesn't play like janky shit like PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds does. It doesn't look like fucking janky ass shit. Huh?
You don't have trouble building?
I'm starting to get the hang of it.
I have trouble building. I can't do
it. Oh,
it.
you played it?
Yeah, I've talked about
it. Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't realize you talked about it. Maybe I wasn't here that week?
Probably.
Okay.
What did you play on?
PlayStation.
Yeah.
Like I said, I feel like it's more keyboard for. I think it's gonna be more better for keyboard for me than the controller, because controller
but like because I think circle and R2 is all you really need to know to build stuff.
Circle and R2.
Circle brings up your menu, and R2 builds,
Gotcha.
and then L1 and R1 cycle between the things you can build. But from what I've been seeing while I play this, that the fucking hot strats are you just build stairs everywhere,
pretty much,
because they're inclines. So you can build a wall, but then there's just a vertical wall between you and you can't do anything. If you want to shoot the guy on the other side, you got to walk around. But if you build stairs, you automatically have the high ground advantage.
Yeah.
So I just see people building stairs fucking miles high into the map, and I'm like, oh, okay. But see, me, I play this game more like a tactical game, like kind of like, I guess maybe what these kind of mods originally were with Arma and like H1Z1 and all that, is I find a place, I get my shit, I knock the walls down, and I put up my walls, and I hold up there until I see somebody come along, and I try to pick them off. Like, that's how I feel like the game should be played. But I will say I've had my Leroy Jenkins moments and just fucking stormed in and got a bunch of kills and had a lot of fun. Like, it's a fun game, and it's one of those games where you can put your podcast on the background if you're behind, or your audiobooks if you're behind, and just play, and it's fun. You don't have to build if you don't want to. Mm-hmm. You can do what my son does, and just his third game of Fortnite, he got 8th place.
That's insane.
Because all he did was he found an area on the map that just happened. He just got lucky, and it happened to be where the map was shrinking down to end up being.
Yeah.
And he built a fucking fortress, and he was hidden in there, and it took about 3.5 minutes for multiple guys to get through all of his walls to finally take him out. And he took one down before he died.
Good for
and I was
him.
like, not bad. I'm impressed. I'm fucking impressed.
So what's behind a paywall?
Cosmetics.
Okay.
And that's it.
Yeah, like different skins.
Oh, and they have they have the whole season aspect going on, and if you want to participate in the seasons and get the rewards for the seasons, you have to pay. But right now, man, we're just...
And it sounds like there's different things that happen in the game, like pretty often, like each week, or I don't know.
I think it's every month or so or something. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. Yeah, they changed the theme, and they kind of I think right now you can get fucking Thanos in it.
Yeah, right now.
If you find the Infinity Stones in the map, which is crazy. But no game I've been in, nobody even cares about that shit, which is hilarious.
What time you can get a bush?
Yeah,
just be a bush. Or hide in a bush. I'm sorry.
I really like it. I don't, like I said, I don't know if it's gonna have a lot of legs for me, but I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I understand why people are as enthralled with it as they are.
Nice, cool.
Because it actually plays like a finished video game and not like hot garbage like PlayerUnknown's Battleground.
Yes.
Should stream it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. We should
stream it on our channel.
Yeah. We should definitely do the team aspects, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
Alrighty, so that was episode number 272.
Yep.
Thank you for joining us live. If you did, we appreciate it. You can come back here sometime next weekend, and we'll let you know when we're about to go live on our social media at Some Shit We Like, and and on Facebook, which is what? SSWO Network.
Yeah. SSWO Network.
What are you doing?
He's pointing to it.
Okay. Yeah. So, once again, if you missed it at the top of the show, if you didn't catch us live, you can catch the audio version of this podcast on Tuesday on someshitwelike.com. And then on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we'll have video clips that'll be available on YouTube, too, on Thursday. Sometimes we'll surprise you with one on Monday. I feel like every time I say that, Rick does that, and I'm like, you fucking son of a bitch. It's just because... No, I'm just kidding. Just because I have to schedule it and stuff. And then the whole video, if you don't want to watch us in clip form, will be available on Friday. And even if you do watch us in clip form, I just want to reiterate, not everything about the full show is in clips. Right. So watch the full show if you want to see all of our hot bodies.
See when Vice stood up and took his pants off?
Yeah.
You have to watch the whole show.
Whole fucking show. So anyways, with that said...
Until next time.
That was Some Shit We Like.